Hey guys, so I know you haven't seen me in a really long time, but that's because I didn't have internet, which I made a video saying that. But I have internet now, so I'm going to try my hardest to make videos all the time. I'll start out with my labor and delivery video, which I'm about to record now, and then I will do my update video, which will be on months 0 through 5, but I'll talk about months 0 through 4 in just short detail, and then I'll talk about month 5 because he just turned 5 months. So I'll talk about that, and then I will just go from there, like starting solids or weekly updates or anything like that. Okay, so let's start with my labor and delivery video. Okay, so I was 38 weeks pregnant and I had an OB appointment. I went to the doctor and I was only 1 centimeter, but I was 95% effaced. So he wanted to give me an epidural, not an epidural, an ultrasound to see how much the baby was measuring. He was measuring 7'6" on the ultrasound, and the doctor didn't think that I would physically be able to deliver an 8-pound baby vaginally. So he wanted to set an induction date, which we set for 39 weeks because little boys' lungs mature slower than girls' lungs, so he would not do it before 39 weeks. So on March 27th, I was 38 weeks and 6 days pregnant, and that's when they induced me. I had to be at the hospital at 6 a.m. So we got there about 7. Yes, we were late, and they gave me lots of fluids right then. They started the Pitocin about 8:30. If you don't know, Pitocin is what makes the baby come, what makes you go into labor, what triggers your contractions. So they gave me the Pitocin, and then I started feeling my contractions about 11, and I asked for some pain medicine because I didn't want to get the epidural, because once you get the epidural it slows down the labor process. So I asked for some pain medicine and they gave me some, I'm not sure what it was, but they gave it to me in my IV, and I fell asleep for about an hour and a half, and when I went back up I was in a lot of pain, and so they checked me. I was about 3-4 centimeters dilated. I'm sorry I'm not completely accurate, I just forgot because it was so long ago. So I was about 3 or 4 centimeters dilated, and I asked for the epidural. I'm pretty sure I was 4. And to be all honest, I was more worried about the epidural and the catheter than anything, because at the beginning when I first got there and they were giving me all this fluids, they had the monitor on my belly for checking the baby's heartbeat and everything, and they had the IV in and everything, and I kept having to use the bathroom, but I was scared too, because I was scared that they were going to give me the catheter since I had to keep unplugging everything, but they didn't. They said they wouldn't put me through that. And I was scared of the epidural because the needle going through your back about that long. Yeah, I was really, really scared. But yeah, so anyways, I asked for the epidural, and they said I can choose one person to stay in there, and I want to tell her and my mama, but since my mama had had her baby 5 days before and had been through it, I asked her to stay in there. And so she stayed in there, and I had to curl over like this. Hold on, I'll show you. Curl over like this into a ball for them to give me the epidural, and it didn't hurt, not that I remember. Like, they numb it first, and other than that, it didn't really hurt, not that I remember anyways. It probably hurt a little, but not as bad as the contractions felt. So after the epidural, the nurse, she talked to me about it, and she said the best kind of epidural was the one where you could still move your legs, but you just can't feel any pain. But she said everybody reacts to it differently. So technically, if you can't move your legs, then you're reacting to the epidural. It can't hurt you, but you're still reacting to it. Well, I couldn't move my left leg, but I could move my right foot and my right leg. I could kind of lift it up. Or maybe it was the other way around. I can move my right one. I mean, I couldn't move my right one, but I can move my left one. I'm not sure. But anyways, so about 7 something, they checked me and I was 8 centimeters dilated. That was the last time they checked me. So that was the last time they checked me, and she told me she was about to start getting the room ready. They had the room ready by about 7:30, and about 7:35 I started pushing, and it didn't take long at all for me to get him crowned in, because you know the doctor doesn't come in until the baby's crowned in. The doctor just pretty much pulls the head out. The nurses do everything else. So it didn't take long for him to start crowning. Maybe like 5 pushes, 4 or 5. Anyways, when he started crowning, they called the doctor in. Well, that's when it took forever. Colton was 8 pounds 5 ounces, so he was a really big baby. I mean, not the biggest baby ever, but for me, he was a big baby. Because, you know, they say that teens have really small babies. Well, he was pretty big, especially for my age. So, his head was stuck. And I kept pushing, and I kept seeing the doctor shake her head, and it just kept putting my hopes down. And I was so tired, and I could feel my contractions. I mean, not where they hurt, but to where I could tell when I needed to push. And I hated feeling my contractions because it scared me. But, anyways, one of the nurses in the background, the doctor didn't want to tell me, but one of the nurses in the background said, he's suffocating, which meant Colton was suffocating. He couldn't breathe. So she cut me, which, I mean, a lot of people get cut, so, but anyways, that's why she cut me. She cut me, and then he still wouldn't come, so she cut me again, and finally she got him out. Well, then my uterus wouldn't contract. She was pushing on my stomach, and it hurt so bad. And to be honest, I don't know, and this might be too personal, but if you don't want to hear it, you don't have to listen. I don't know why, but I think after he was out, my butt was hurting really, really bad. And I don't know why. Maybe it wasn't my butt, but it felt like it, and I was screaming my butt hurted. Don't know why, just saying. Anyways, so my uterus wouldn't contract. She was pushing and pushing on my stomach and trying to get it to contract, and I was over bleeding. She was trying to stop the blood. So it was bad. I was bleeding a lot. And I mean, you bleed a lot, but I was bleeding a lot. So me and Colton were both very lucky. Anyways, so after that, they let me have him, and I was so dopey. Like, I was holding him, and I can't remember everybody that came in the room and everything, but I remember they took him to the nursery. It was, I mean, now that I remember it, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it's, you know, it's a lot of work. But Colton was 8 pounds 5 ounces and 20.5 inches long. He was a big baby, and he had a head full of black hair, as if y'all can tell in the pictures. It was great. But that is my labor and delivery explanation. And I know that people are probably going to ask some questions, so I will put up a video for question and answer videos, and any questions you have you can post on the bottom of that video, and I'll answer them. But I'm not doing that video. I mean, not right now anyways. I'll probably do it. I might even do it after this video, but I'm not doing it right now. I'll probably do my explanation, you know, my update video, and then I'll do question and answer video. That way, if you have any questions that I put in my update video, that I put in my update video, then I won't have to repeat them in a question and answer video. The answers will already be in the update video. So, yep. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.